$200 group pool matches. To join these pool matches and other tournaments, join the OBG Discord server, linked down below in the description. Thank you to Graikos and his Tortoises for all factions that are used in all of these competitive matches. I have only one battle for you today, but I think it's going to be a good one. We have Christian playing as Pontus. Yes, playing as Pontus on the defensive. We are spectating as. Balance of power is even. Christian is Pontus. Now, we've just seen him put up an epic fight against Fight Me. If you've seen that video, you know Christian is a good round 2 player. He knows what he's doing. I was very impressed with what I saw. Versus Jbarbs, the winner of the last tournament, where he won $100, I believe. This one is for $200, this event. So we've got 2 pretty good players here going head to head in the pool play. It's going to be a big one, I think. We're going to see, hopefully, a lot of skill. We're going to learn some things, hopefully, and not see too many mistakes. The cavalry general of the Pontic army is there. And the general for Bactria is also a cavalry unit back there. The siege towers move up to the walls to absorb the tower fire. The rams move up to the walls as well to knock down the gate. We've seen it before. Let them break through. They're going to make a breach in the wall, and then they're going to push in and try and neutralise this tower to stop it from shooting at their men. We've seen... It's not my favourite battle map, this one. I'd say, out of all the battle maps I've spectated, this one I think is the worst. I'm not a fan. And Christine is like, nope, I'm out. He's abandoning this. This tower is going to flip to the other side, and he just accepts that. He wants to pull back and use these towers to work for him instead, which I think is a very smart move. No point wasting your troops defending something that will quite easily be neutralised. That position is too difficult to defend. But these siege towers, these could actually take this gatehouse here, if he puts enough men up there. That would be interesting. So Bactria does have a position now in the city. Some arrow fire coming over the wall, but that's nothing to worry about too much yet. I don't know what both sides is going to do here, but I expect to see something good. We've got a long battle. I think this is the longest battle. We've only got one, and we know these 2 players know what they're doing. We're just running around here, absorbing some ammo fire. We're just trying to weaken each other out a little bit. And Bactria does come out on top there. He's pushing now onto the next unit, but he does lose a unit of his own. Pontus brings in the heavy melee infantry versus the other heavy melee infantry, who pretty much have the exact same stats, but Pontus is having to pull back. Missile fire coming in. They've got a lot of troops here. What do they plan to take this gatehouse with the siege equipment? It's what I would do. So probably not, because I am an idiot. He's got units here. This gate is safe. There's no pressure being put on that yet, nor is it giving any pressure onto the enemy. And yeah, I think this is actually where you want Jbarbs to come. You want him to be funneled into this, so that you can hit him here and here on 2 different sides with the tower fire. This is where you want Jbarbs to be, if you're Christian and defending. If you are Jbarbs attacking this, I think you want to be on the walls here. Neutralise this gatehouse, and then push down this way, hold the wall. Is he pulling out of the city? Yeah, I'll cover that soon. And then try get into the city from there. Christian bringing out a swordsman unit, a heavy Pontic swordsman. I don't know what the plan is here. Is it simply to just attack the siege towers? Yeah. So he's going to attack the siege towers. That gets the units off the siege towers, and then the actual towers. How many times can I say tower in one video? Can actually shoot at the troops there. So I'd say that's a smart move. It's making sure that his towers are actually working for him, but I don't think it's a smart move to bring the general out and risk him in such a charge like that when his only support is missile units. Someone could lose a general here. This could get very nasty. It's general, Cav general versus Cav general. Nothing else is happening right now. The archers are firing in, but they're probably getting friendly fire as well. No general killed yet from either side, which is good. Yeah, pull those generals out. That is risky. Both took a pretty equal amount of hits though. I would get the general inside if I was Christian. That was risky. If a general died there, that could have decided the entire battle because of how close this one I think is going to be. The general charging in again, but getting caught by the spearman. He's trying to charge and gets hit by the javelins. He has to be really careful here. General down to the final 40. He's still alive. It's a miracle that he is still standing after that. Yeah, getting back in the city. I think that's where he's going. Yeah, get back in the city there. He's got him down to the final 20. They're trying to shoot him with the arrows. But somehow, the general has actually made it back into the city with only 20 bodyguards left alive. Meanwhile, Bactria's general is also alive with 40 bodyguards left. This, I think, worked out in favour of Jbarbs. But for Christian defending, he at least got them off the siege towers and at least allowed his towers to fire a bit more. Maybe he overcommitted into this plan. And yeah, all of these guys are going to break now. Yep, and they're going to try pull back into the city. Bactria will not let them, and they will instead cut them all down. And balance of power now flips slightly in favour of Jbarbs, but only by a little bit. And these siege towers are slowly about to catch fire. But I think they'll hold out for now, defending those archers. Yeah, this is where you need Jbarbs, but you need infantry here and here to charge in to actually fight them on the two fronts there. But instead they're pulling back. I think that was a mistake, potentially. But at least you've got them in range of that tower fire there, so yeah, Jbarbs has to pull back now. He doesn't want to get shot at by those towers. He's got his position formed here, which is a good place to be. Yeah, alright. Don't form the trap there. He's forming the trap here instead. Alright, well done, Christine. He's spotted another way to do it. Personally, I think this way is better because it puts them closer to the towers. But he has been able to form some form of a V formation there. His cavalry has taken a lot of hits, which means you have to keep him very far back, because if you pull him too close, he'll get hit by archer fire. Combat has started on this side now, but he's got to take the tower, and there's no way to get up the walls here, so he has to really crush his way through these infantry units, one at a time, taking hits from the tower. The archers as well, because they're getting a lot of shots in, and bat units done a break. Yeah, they broke, but then a fresh swordsman unit comes in, and they should cut down the missile units. I think you should pull the archers back here. I think they've still got ammo left. They have 91 kills total. Yeah, get them back. Maybe put them on the wall. 2 archer units up here could do a load of damage down there. How is this swordsman unit holding out? They'll probably break. They've got... Don't bring them in melee, don't bring them in melee. Right, yeah, throw the javelins in instead. That's good. Get those kills. But don't fight in melee with missiles. I've seen enough of that in this tournament as it is. Alright, never mind for going in there. I don't know if it's a misclick or intentional, it's difficult to tell, but I do honestly think their place is better on the walls, with that high ground advantage. Jbarbs wanting to push this way. He's getting his missiles thrown first to try and soften up Christian's defence, which I think is the right move. Christian, I think, needs more units in here for this trap, if it is actually going to work. Fighting still on this side, peaceful on the gatehouse front right now. Not much happening yet. Yeah, I think it's mostly because they just want to avoid these towers. Balance of power still in favour of Jbarbs, but again, not by much. This battle really could go either way, and I think it could actually be decided here at this point. Ooh, those archers firing. He doesn't know how to respond to that. Ooh, but Pontus is breaking here. The missile units again caught in melee. They're all going to get butchered then. Sends in another swordsman. But Bactria seems to be winning here despite the tower fire being on Pontus's side. Oh, and he's just taking so many melee hits. And he's got himself where he could potentially leave himself open to get flanked. So yeah, he had to pull back a bit there. He had overextended. And here we go. They're moving into this little bit here. And that's a lot of kills with the javelins. A lot of blood. Good. They engage them. But now Christian needs to have more units here to really force the trap. To force them to be surrounded, fighting on two different fronts at once. But he just doesn't have the men here. He doesn't have the men here to hold this gatehouse as well. Jbarbs has broken through. He has caught the javelinman in melee. Not good. And is he about... He's a metre away from being able to start capturing the gatehouse. Meanwhile, over here, not much happening here. Yeah, I'm like, Christine, you've got a lot of troops here, but they're not needed here at this point. Maybe leave one just to defend this gatehouse, but the rest are needed over here to force them into the trap a bit more, get them surrounded. Both are losing units here. The towers still firing. These towers are doing a lot of work, I bet, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Jbarbs is pushing through, and the tower is now being neutralised. That's going to be a big deal. He just doesn't have enough men. Oh, he's breaking a Bactrian unit there, the Thorax swordsman, but there's just layer after layer of more troops ready to get involved in this fight. The Bactrian general's pulling forwards. Where is the Pontic general? Over here. In range of arrow fire. You have to be very careful of that. But both generals are still alive for now. Yeah, if I were Jbarbs, set the archers up a bit further forwards, shoot at the general. You could get him killed here. Where is he exactly? Yeah, they don't even have shields. A few shots in there, you'll take out half of the remaining ones. Easily. And then you'll probably kill his general in that. I don't know how these Bactrians broke through. They engaged the missiles in melee there. It's not looking good for Christian. It's looking heavily in favour of Jbarbs for tower. Is back on Pontus's side at least. That's a good thing. Pontus was able to force Bactria off, but it's not going to be enough. It's like these missile units are not going to hold out in melee. It will not work for them, especially given what they've got to hold up against. Look at all these units here. Spearmen, more archers, more missile units. It's a lot to deal with. And then you've got the cavalry as well that can charge in at any moment. And what does he have for defence? 50 javelinmen, 50 pelters, fighting in melee, getting absolutely slaughtered. They've got a lot of kills, but they're not going to hold out in melee. That unit there breaks, the swordsmen push through, and they are going to neutralise the gatehouse, maybe even capture the gatehouse. And that just forces Pontus to have to withdraw even deeper into the city, even further back. And now his trap's not going to work at all, and this is a complete mess here in the centre. His generals had to pull back, and these guys are going to get slaughtered now because of that. Balance of power in Jbarbs' favour. I would have thought it would have been by more. I think this is more in his favour than it looks right now. Jbarbs' general, marching round the side. What's he gonna do? Yeah, Pontus having to pull out of there. It's just getting too dangerous at this point. You're about to get flanked on both sides. The missiles got caught in melee again. It's just such a waste. Or maybe they're out of ammunition and it was intentional. I don't know. But I would personally like to keep them. The cavalry, the Bactrian cavalry charging in against the Pontic cavalry. This is the big one here. 13 bodyguards versus 29 bodyguards. 28. But both sides have reinforcements. General dead for Bactria. General alive for Pontus. This is it. Pontus can pull it back here. Are we about to see a massive reversal? A unit has broken for Bactria. Another unit is about to break for Bactria. They're charging in, they're throwing in their entire force here. But the Pontic general has recently died as well. Both sides have lost their general. It is now equal in terms of morale debuffs. Pontus, you had your chance to pull it back a bit there. Balance of power is once again 50-50. This battle could go either way now. Now that the general's dead, a big morale hit could do so much damage. It could still go either way. If one unit starts to rout that shouldn't break, that could trigger a full chain rout. A full collapse of the army. Sorry for my squeaky chair as well. I am shopping for a new one. But they're all about to just break. Everyone's breaking, everyone's routing. Balance of power's 50-50. It's equal disaster for both sides. But this tower here is shooting at Christian as Pontus right now. It's not looking good for both of them. But Bactria could break here. They are breaking, they're gonna break, which means the gatehouse can go back once again to the side of Pontus. It is such a close battle. It really depends on how long this spearman unit can hold out. They are tired, they've lost over half of their men. But they're doing such a good job at holding out. How many kills have they got? 166. And they might have held out for just long enough for these swordsmen to get here fresh with other reinforcements. And Christian might just be able to defend this city here. He might just be able to do it. Those missiles are going to be big. Getting a lot of kills. And I think Jbarbs is out of ammunition. It's 50-50 right now, according to the balance of power. I think... there's even more units back here as well. But it's only light infantry. I think Christine might have it. Even if his unit here breaks, yeah, that's a shame. But they got a lot of kills. Sends him a swordsman now, whilst this other unit here still continues to have a rest. The archers, no point sending them in. It comes down to the morale. That's the big deciding factor, and he's sending in the naked swordsman. He's throwing everything in onto this. He's breaking the Bactrian spearmen. He's pulling out the swordsman now. They were more just for a charge. He's broken another unit. Balance of power in favour of Christian here. And I can't believe he's pulled this back. It was an incredible win by him, if he does go on to win this. I thought it was all over for him many times. But once Bactria lost their general, everything started to change. And that's why the general is so important. That's why you cannot be risking your general like that. I honestly think if Jbarbs kept his general back here, he would have won that battle eventually. It was the morale that broke him. And with that, Jbarbs has his final swordsman unit, fighting for their lives here against the naked swordsman. They're not going to hold. Well, it says they're steady right now. Oh, there we go. They are breaking. And then it's just archers. They're not done to hold. Well done, Christian. Very well played. I thought he'd lost it, but nope. He was able to pull it back. A costly victory. Let's see the stats here. 200 there. Near enough. Not many that high killing units though. Fairly evenly balanced across the board, and I think this is a sign of a good player. When everything is balanced across the board, where no unit seems like it was a complete waste. Not one unit here has 0 kills, and I think that's a sign of a good player. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed these pool play matches. I certainly did, and I hope to be back to cover the main bulk of the tournament where players actually get eliminated for losing battles in a series of I think best of threes. Subscribe, I guess, to this channel for more, and check out the link in the description to join the Discord server where these battles take place, where you could possibly fight these yourself and potentially win $200. Thank you for watching.